Hello friends, welcome to JavaScript tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to study about the dhtml with JavaScript. Here, dhtml means dynamic HTML. It means we can change the content or attribute values of HTML elements using JavaScript. So JavaScript can use to change the content or attributes of HTML elements. To change the content of an HTML element, we can use this syntax: document, then our getElementById method, which contains parameter value as name of ID of that particular HTML element, and then here inner HTML. This is the inner HTML is equal to our new HTML or our new text, or we can say our new code. Each HTML element has an inner HTML property that defines both the HTML code and the text that occurs between the element's opening and closing tag. By changing an element's inner HTML after some user interaction, you can make much more interactive pages. Let's see the example. This is the example to change the content between opening and closing tag of any HTML element. Here we have h1 tag, which contains ID attributes and its name is f1. Here this is hello friends is the text and closing of h1 tag. Whenever we will click on this button, it will call function f12 of JavaScript. Here this function contains document.getElementById and f1, which is the ID name of h1 tag, then .inner HTML property, and this is our new text which replaces with the old text. Let's see the output. So here this is hello friends, and I am going to click this button. So the content is changed. Now, how to change the attribute value of HTML element? This is the syntax: document.getElementById method, which contains ID name as parameter value, and then attribute property is equal to any new value to replace the old value of that attribute of HTML element. Let's see the example. This is the example of how to change the attribute value of any HTML element. Here image is the tag which contains ID and its name is IM. Here src source is another attribute of image and its value is html.png. So I want to change this value while clicking this button. So whenever I will click on this button, so new value of src will be image/js.png. Here in this function, which contains document.getElementById and im, which is the ID name of image tag, .src, which is attribute name, and this is the value, and this is the new value that we want to replace with old value. Let's see the output. So here our HTML image. Now I am going to click this button. So image is changed. Now JavaScript and CSS. A JavaScript can also change the style of HTML elements. To change the style of an HTML element, we can use this syntax: document.getElementById dot style dot any property name of CSS and is equal to new value of that property. Let's see the example. Here this is very simple example. H1 tag, its ID is change, and here this is the style color, which contains the code of red, and font size is 16 pixel. This is simple text and this is closing of H1 tag. Whenever I will click on this button, it will execute this f12 function of JavaScript, which contains this code: document.getElementById, change is the ID of H1 tag, then dot style dot property name, which is here color. So here this is the new property value green, and our old property value is red. And we can also apply new style. Here I have written background color property and I have given this value to the background color property. Now let's see the output. So this is our simple text, which contains red color and 16 pixel font size. Now I am going to click this button. So here is the change of style.